Okay, so what's your name?
Ba.
Okay, and what's the name of this show?
Tonight Son.
That's right. And who's your favorite Suns player? Dylan Brooks? Dylan Brooks. Okay, that's a very appropriate choice as
No, my name is Bill
Spider-Man's name is Peter Parker. That's fair. And this is Sunday Night Suns. And yeah, high five. Blood Doctor 2.0 had to join us at some point. And my man Keisha had to join us. What's up?
No, man, I'm just chilling. Great win tonight.
Yeah, great win tonight. We're here to talk Suns. Are you happy?
Great special
You've
guest.
been on the show, huh? Yeah. Now you gotta go watch the show, huh? Say bye. Say bye, Sunday Night Suns.
Bye, my name is Bill
Bye, Spider-Man's name is Peter Parker. He had to let us know ultimately what the situation is. All right, say bye.
Love you.
Welcome. I
Welcome.
try not to knock anything over.
It was great to have our first Sunday Night Suns guest.
Okay, go back to Mama.
It
Say, Mama,
was.
what are we watching?
He is the future of the Sunday Night Suns podcast.
That's true. That's true. One day it'll be Sunday Night Suns 2.0, but we'll handle it for today. So overall,
There's not to-
I mean, hard to be too mad. We were in, a rough spot there for a moment. Things were looking.
Yes. On Thursday, it was the worst week ever. for the Suns.
yeah. I mean, I don't want to say bleak, but it wasn't going well, you
No.
know. And
That's one of the most tough losses of the
yeah,
season.
and then you win a couple of games, and then things are okay. I mean, look, the Bulls want to noise the shit out of me, but it's hard not to be. Again, I feel like we try to always look at the bigger picture.
Mhm.
I feel like that's the thing we're trying to do. We're trying to establish that we've reached the point where we're not going to overreact. We're not going to have an episode of these small things. Now, if we did a post-game show, my reaction would be was very angry. But
Yes.
a 3-1 week.
Yeah.
It's hard to get mad. What are your ultimate, sort of at the top thoughts about everything relating to, kind of what happened this week?
It was disappointing. It is disappointing, but at the same time, 3-1 is I'm okay with that. Like when I look at a back-to-back on our schedule.
I mean, it's one of those things. Every single time we've had an opportunity to gain ground lately, we've not won. And every single time that the Lakers lose, we lose.
Yeah.
And every time the Rockets have lost, we've lost. And every time it's the Nuggets, it's we have not done anything to gain ground lately.
I know.
It's an extremely frustrating scenario because there is so much that there are so many. We're putting ourselves into the seventh seed. Again, if you had come to us before the season and said you're going to be in the seventh seed, we'd be very happy. But that's not what I want.
Right.
We're past that at this point. I want more.
Me too.
And so there is a sort of I get the whole, if you had, I understand all that, but I also don't care about that anymore. We're not before the season. We're 3/4 of the way through the season, and I want to be out of the play-in. And every single chance that we have. And the thing is, here's what I can't, because injuries are what, but the Lakers only have 3 players.
Right.
And they've been hurt all year and barely playing together. So the whole injury argument doesn't mean anything because the Lakers have been dealing with exactly what we've been dealing with. And they're still 2 games ahead of us. So we really can't even if we were healthy, because they've not been healthy at all. They've not even played together. And I think that the Lakers might have more top end talent than us. I think that they're formulated horribly for a playoff roster.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to sit here and go, well, and I'm not saying we're doing that, but I'm just saying that someone might sit here and go, well, the Suns' injury, the Lakers have gone through like a worse version of that. So what do we even? I don't know. Brooks is out another month or so. The DUI is bullshit. That's nonsense. It's shenanigans. It's not a real DUI. It's going to be dropped. So I'm not even worried about that. Everyone is hurt. Otherwise, Williams is hurt. Grayson Allen is hurt. Booker's in and out. Goodwin's out.
Yeah. Everything
is, Malawatch is getting minutes because of all the injuries all over the place. He's getting real minutes.
Yeah, he is.
Not 5 minutes here and there. He's legitimately playing in games because Williams is out. So he's got to play. Yeah, he's got to play. No, Richards is gone. Williams is out. So Iguodala's got to play, or Malawatch is got to play behind Iguodala. It is what it is. It's ugly, but again, everyone goes for injury, so you can't make that argument.
Mm-hmm. And we're still 3-1 with him doing it.
It's still a decent week, but against garbage competition. This is the thing that kills me is against the Bulls.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. That game is frustrating for a lot of reasons, but the end of that game is exactly what I'm talking about with Jalen Green. When he legitimately you're driving to tie the game. You've got guys in the corners. So, of course, instead, you go at 4 Bulls players instead of passing to one of the recovering players. And he's still getting his sea legs, all this, but it's that shit. It's that the game is on the line and he's still making poor choices. And that's what drives me nuts with the Jalen Green situation is that that was a game where that should be a game where Jalen Green is like, hey, I'm Jalen fucking Green, and he stretches the legs and throws down an absolutely vicious dunk and wins the game or some sort of thing.
Right.
And it was just, I'm going to drive at 4 people and throw the ball up.
He had half of it. I'm Jalen Green. And
yeah. He had I'm Jalen, and then he didn't have the green.
Yeah.
And I just I get all that you see with him because it's there. The other thing is the way it kills me because you watch him just blow by people. And I mean, he just is gone. And you're like, man. And then somewhere between there and the rim, he forgets how to play basketball. And he's and it's just it's sort of like what it must have looked like to watch James Naismith the first time he ever did a layup. And that's my problem is that it legitimately feels like Jalen Green drives towards the hoop with all of the confidence of Michael Jordan, and then somewhere in between forgets how to play basketball and then must figure it out on the way. And more often than not, it goes exactly how that might think you would go. And I just don't know what to when do you you are more on the Jalen Green train at this point than I am. Mm-hmm. When do you pull the plug? Because I've been watching basketball my whole life.
Yeah.
This motherfucker is throwing up all of my red flags. I'm having anxiety attack stuff. I can't watch anymore. When does it happen for you where you're what does it take for you to say I'm out?
I think just a worse record with him, getting a lot of minutes. So had we gotten 1-3 this week, I'm starting to say, okay, maybe we don't start him kind of thing.
But you're valuing the wins.
Yeah.
You're saying he's in the lineup, we're winning, I'm not going to worry about that. And admittedly, he certainly has played better the last couple games than before. I'm also looking at like we beat the Pelicans by 2 points.
Right.
So
we had him up 10 again, and then we did our thing where we kind of gave up the lead.
Yeah, it's like it's a 234-point game against the Pelicans. Like I'm not going to sit here and go championship. Yeah. So I have multiple, but it's also like earlier in the season we might have lost that game, because we've lost some stupid fucking games despite how well this season has gone. At times things haven't been perfect. So like I get it, but I just also I'm just curious because especially the Pelicans game was better.
Mm-hmm.
And the game today ultimately weird game, like very back and forth for the first 3 quarters and then just over. Like the way the game just sort of like it was like 2 points, 5 points, 2 points, 13. You know what I mean? Like it went pretty quickly in the fourth quarter. We pulled away very quickly. And I almost am like, man, if you played the Hornets again 9 more times, it would be a much closer. Like I actually felt like we got away with one a little bit here because the Hornets are on fire lately.
Yeah.
We're average. And hey, we handled them today. Everyone did their job, and I'm just very much in a I want to win this playoff series, and I just wonder. I'm actually very curious, if you asked the Suns brass and said Jalen Green is hurt, but you win a playoff series, or Jalen Green is healthy, and I'm not going to tell you whether or not you win the playoff series, but you decide what you should do with Jalen Green, I think they would take the second one. You know what I'm saying? Because again, as much as I want to win a playoff series, I think that the most important thing the Suns can accomplish this season is figuring out whether or not Jalen Green has a fit next to Devin Booker. Whether or not I want that to be the end-all, be-all of the season. Again, I want to go to the playoffs and all these things, but ultimately, I think the most important thing is in any given Sun season is figuring out players to fit around Devin Booker. I think we figured out that Mark Williams does that. I think we figured out that Dylan Brooks does that. I think we figured out that Oso Ighodaro does that. So, what level of combination, how you want to do that, all those things. But I think that because of the salary, because of the talent, the most important thing the Suns can figure out this season is Jalen Green someone you can play next to Devin Booker long term? That's more important than, say winning a playoff series, because it's not more important than, winning a championship, but that's, you probably couldn't do that in 2K. So I do understand the concept of the most important thing you have to do learning wise is what is Jalen Green to the Suns. I do understand that concept.
Mm-hmm.
I just also if you ask me, I'm not sure I care as much as I want to win a playoff series. I want it so bad. I want to win. So I don't know. I almost would rather, because I also feel like I know what I know. You're not on that part at all. You're very much in the we still have opportunity for Jalen to grow.
Yeah, I do. I definitely think that he can grow. I think, especially if we can stay healthy. In just these last few games this week, I can see what value he adds to the team if he's being consistent. I think right now he's shooting a little bit too many threes. I'd like him to kind of try to drive to the basket and a couple more of those 3 attempts instead. I just drive the basket instead. But yeah, that's basically the one thing I don't like about his game right now is jacking up the 3 sometimes when he just doesn't have it, and then like you said, driving into multiple people.
I mean, that's the biggest thing for me is that his foot speed is so good that he can get by almost anybody. And that's why he's always going to be a tantalizing player no matter what goes on, is because it almost does not matter who is guarding him. He can absolutely get by them.
Mm-hmm.
He's that fast. And his first step is legitimately lightning. He can get into an attack motion and go towards the rim while a defender is still trying to set their feet. Meaning that he can legitimately catch the ball on the run and already be into his next action while the defender is still trying to land their previous action. He's that fast. Mm-hmm. And we've seen it so many times. And so I truly do get it from that perspective. Is like, this dude is so physically fucking talented that how do you let that go? Like, that I get.
It's because like Bouye can't do that. Allen can't do that. Right. Like our guys can't do that. Now we have guys that can drive to the basket and get a layup, but it's just not quite like his tool set at that, just to do it as deftly as he can.
Yeah. I mean, even Booker doesn't have the foot speed, and I get that, because that's the thing that I'm always struck by when we watch Jalen Green, highlights, whatever it is. It's like, man, he's fast. And not only is he fast, like De'Aaron Fox is, when we went and saw him, we had courtside tickets that one Suns Kings game. Mm-hmm. His speed was, it was about his, he could like cut 5 feet to the right. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, what? Like, how? Yeah. Like, Fox was so fast, but his speed was more about like the cuts that he made and how sharply he could go here and then suddenly be here. With Jalen Green, it's more about how he can catch the ball and kind of be backpedaling, and then all of a sudden he's gone. Like, you're reaching out to try to swipe the ball, and he's literally already a step behind you. Like, at times, it's like watching it feels like watching The Matrix, because he's so much faster than the people defending him. He's legitimately already fucking behind them.
Yeah.
And you're like, and then he breaks the layup. And then I just don't know. That's the thing, is that, like, it's almost like he's going so fast that he can't, like, control it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is that, like, Derrick Rose moved with that, like, ferocity, but he had everything. And Jalen Green feels like, it's sort of like, if Derrick Rose was, Anakin Skywalker in the first Star Wars movie where he can do the pod racer, it's like Jalen Green feels like he doesn't necessarily know how to do the pod racer, but my God, he's still fast enough to drive it, kind of thing. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
And so it's just like, you see him like fly by people, and then he doesn't know how to close.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to be able to figure out a way to like run schemes for that, to kind of just make it easier for him. Like get like Iguodala to want to do it as one of his, his specialized screens.
Well, and I mean, it is true, but it's like, you would have also hoped that the one thing that Jalen Green would have come to this league with is finishing around the rim. And that, like, it's those things that are, I mean, I don't want to say being an elite rim finisher is basic, because it's not. But it's not nothing. I mean, look, we're at this point having 15-minute discussions about this guy every single episode because of what an enigma he is. We know what he brings to the table in terms of talent. We know what he brings to the table in terms of just sheer speed, sheer, velocity as a player. And yet it's still just like, it's so close. I'm just like, come on, man. Like, it's right there every single time. And someone teach this man how to use the pod racer. That's exactly right. Like, give this guy the tools to figure this shit out.
We need a Qui-Gon Jinn for
we need and that's the one thing with the Suns. We don't have anybody who's like an elite rim attacker. Like,
and that's why he fills that role. Like, if he were to do it well,
he needs to like spend the summer with SGA.
Yeah.
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 And unfortunately, it's just like true. Like, Like, he should just spend all of his time learning from SGA, because if Jalen Green went to the SGA school of drawing fucking fouls while going to the rim, I think his value as a player goes way up.
Way up.
Because he's already a better three-point shooter than SGA has ever been. So learn just a little bit about drawing those fouls, and it's a whole different thing.
Because that's another thing we need on our team. We need someone that drives the basket and get foul calls.
We're one of the worst teams at this.
And he seems like the perfect candidate to fill that role. It's just right now it's not quite consistent.
And that's the crazy thing, is that if you asked yourself, who is the one person on this team that's going to be able to draw fouls consistently, you might say Booker.
Yeah.
But
they don't give him to him.
They don't.
Yeah.
And the second dude on this team would be Jalen Green. Like, you would say, this is the guy who's going to be able to get there. And so it's like, conceptually it's there. But, like, you know, conceptually only means so much. And I'm also, like, at a point, I do think there's a little bit of, like, I've been talking about conceptually with the Suns for, like, 25 fucking years now, especially in relation to, like, being a good team. And I can, like, remember one time when I got on the phone with Heather and, like, made an impassioned argument for why Terry Porter would lead us to a championship, you know? So it's like,
dark times.
Yeah. So like I can like really like you really get into it sometimes. So I feel it's like, I know it's there. I get it. I see it, but I also just want to see, and again, to his credit, like I have to be fair, he hit a couple of threes tonight. He played a lot better against the Pelicans than he did against the Bulls. Like those things are true.
Had a good game against the Kings.
They're like, the last week has been a much better week for Jalen than we've seen in a while. It's just that my biggest issue with him is that I feel that when he's having one of those, he's 2 for 13. Mm-hmm. He doesn't look around and go, man, I better get other people going. He looks around and goes, this is AAU. I'm still the best player here. I'm going to score 40 points. And it's like, just pass the fucking ball. And
he's got to realize he's the second option at that point.
Right. And watching this whole season, seeing him run around, high-fiving everyone. So I understand the system. I'm here to win. I just really hoped that he would get it. And I just hope that there's still time.
Mm-hmm. And I think he's showing some. He does make he passes out. He gets people involved. You know,
he's thrown some pretty sick passes this year. Mm-hmm. There's definitely, again, the talent is there. I do think that, you know, we can sit here and debate this until the cows come home. The rubber's going to meet the road in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, exactly.
And we're going to see what's what. We're going to see if this dude has learned and grown and taken strides and has a long-term future, or if it's just, it is what it is. And it's, you know, it's reductive to sit here and say that, but it's true. Because whether or not the next however many games go however we want them to, ultimately, like, we know what's going to decide this. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could score 25 a game for the next 10 games. Mm-hmm. Will not matter if he's horrible in the playoffs. So he's got to have
and imagine
a great playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. Imagine if we go in at 6 and we play the Rockets.
And that's
like
the thing.
I could see him crumbling against them.
He could. Or he could do the thing where he's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let these fuckers ruin my career. And I'm going to eat my goddamn Wheaties, and I'm going to pass the ball, and I'm going to play defense, and I'm going to show him what's up. Yeah. That's what I want.
Me too.
I don't want him to fail. I want him to succeed. But you just got to look yourself in the mirror one morning and say, I'm going to play as hard on defense today as I play on offense. And it's fucking stupid. We're grown men. That should be obvious. And yet it legitimately isn't. Like, there's a reason that two-way player is parlance in the NBA, because a guy who actually plays defense is like wonderful, because most dudes don't. And so when you're like, this guy's actually a two-way player. Yeah, he actually plays the other end of the court that is half of the game. What a fucking phenomenal thing. And that's the thing about Dylan Brooks is, again, it's like you're 21 points a game. No, dog. 21 points a game plus the fucking 15 points a game that he takes away from the other team. 37 points a game, goddammit. That's what Dylan Brooks is doing. 36, whatever. The point is 6'7", 32, 39. I can't do math. The point is Dylan is bringing value in more places than anyone would expect. And Jalen doesn't do that. And if you one day wake up and say to yourself, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to try on the other end, the game is very different. Kuminga has been awesome since he's gotten to the Hawks. Like you can make choices to play harder, and that's what we have to see from him. And ultimately, it will only matter in a playoff, and it will really only matter in a competitive playoff series. Even if he played hard and we lost 4-0, no one would give a shit. You've got to win 2 games for it to mean anything. And I think even then, it's like, if we don't win a playoff series, no one will remember this team. This is not like the 2013-14 Suns that were fun, and Goran Dragic and Gerald Green and everyone came out of nowhere. This was a team that everyone hated coming off the Kevin Durant thing, and they traded him, and it went better than expected, but no one will remember this team. We need to win a playoff series.
Yeah.
And then people will remember this team. No one's going to remember this unless we make someone fucking pay for it.
Yeah.
It's the We Believe Warriors thing. We gotta bring it to somebody. And I want to see it.
Yeah, I
want to see it.
I'm calling out the Rockets right now. We take them down, take them down.
It's almost 1 month from now. We're going to see Suns Rockets here in Phoenix. We'll be at the game.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher's first game. We're going to be there. Button Doctor 2.0. We should, go early. See if we can't get Kevin Durant to autograph something. We'll show up early.
We got our jerseys.
And he'll come and autograph it. And just when he's walking away, we'll be like, "You're a fucking traitor. Fuck you." You know what I mean? Just wait. We'll be like, "You're terrible on Twitter." Just figure out something that will hurt KD. I think if you said to KD, "You're great at basketball but terrible at Twitter," that would really eat at his soul.
My mom's
I'm great at Twitter too.
Yeah.
Your mom's not the real MVP.
Mine is, yeah.
Yeah, my mom's real MVP, not yours. That's or
fighting words.
Russell Westbrook is the real reason the Thunder were good. Just any of those. Because he's such a you want to eat at him a little bit. He's him and his Twitter burner accounts.
Dude, yeah.
He's
got a problem. He's addicted. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
To social media.
Yeah. He's it's one thing for regular ass people to be addicted to social media. You're poor, you can't pay your bills, you're scrolling. He has $800 million and he's still addicted to social media. What do you
look at Elon Musk?
Go eat it? Yeah. Yeah. Go eat a steak.
Yeah.
Go buy a car and then crash that car into a steak.
Yeah.
What do you?
You're in Texas.
Yeah. What do we? Who? Why are you If I had all the money in the world, the amount of time I would waste on peons would be zero. And when you have all the money, everyone's a peon. And this guy goes on Twitter and fires up his burner account. No one defends KD in the way that I defend KD for his incredible. Yeah, it's because it's you, dog. The fact that he does that shit,
and he's got a championship.
What? 2 championships. Yeah. And he's literally on Twitter all the time as himself anyway. And he still has to have a burner. Yeah. I mean we see proof of that every day. It's so true. Money does not buy self-esteem. It is very true. It is factual. I still think of the time that Elon Musk was playing that one. Can't remember what the game is. Among Us or something. I don't know. He was playing whatever game.
Yeah.
And he was on his plane on a private server, and he opened it up, and every single person joined the server and was like, "You have no friends, and you'll die alone." It was like you're like all these things, and then he rage quit the game, like because it was pretending he didn't see all that, but like, you know, money doesn't buy shit, and I do enjoy knowing that sometimes. But yeah, I mean, listen. The one thing I'll say about this week is, like, if we weren't 3-1, I might have punched a wall. Like, you know, Kings, you should win that game. Bulls, you should fucking win that game too, goddammit. You know, Pelicans, obviously, you should win that game. The only game that was really, truly an acceptable loss this week would have been the Hornets. And as you said, hey, if I'm going to choose, rather beat the Hornets and beat the Bulls. It was a pretty impressive win today.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
this team's no joke.
Yeah. And you know, they were healthy. LaMelo hit a couple of shots. You know, they had their guys out there, and I do, you know, Knipple was playing, and I did feel that watching this game, you need to watch every single second of it, but from what I saw, I did feel that we were determined to not make it easy on them. And that's something we've not been doing well lately. Like, there were LaMelo hit a couple of, like, sidestep threes, and you're just kind of like, well, you know, that is what it is. I felt like we did a good job of forcing more difficult shots. And that's something I haven't seen from us lately. And it did feel like, okay, we're, you know, and you called out Madman a couple of times. Like, he was in there doing his thing. He had the one play that we were watching where I don't think he blocked the shot, but he misdirected the whole thing. Like, there was, I do feel like the cohesion is reaching the deeper bench a little bit because of how hurt we've been. I do feel like some of the guys playing deeper minutes are, like, you know, the one bright spot about all these injuries is Rasheer Fleming.
Yes.
Like, we're like, Rasheer Fleming he can fucking play.
Yeah, I can.
We found something there. That dude is like a Gerald Green. Like, he absolutely rocks the rim when he throws it down, and he can shoot the ball, and he's long. He plays some solid defense too. Like, Rasheer Fleming it's like, hey, we found a thing here.
He's getting all Bouyer's minutes.
Yeah. And he's all the minutes that I think would have gone to Kobe Brea. Because, you know, Brea can just shoot. But I just think Fleming is proven, like, I don't think anyone thought this out of Rasheer Fleming. I certainly didn't. I thought he was a fun prospect who might get a minute. And I can remember the first time we did the highlight on this show. The first time that I was like, wait a minute. It was the one where he comes in off the corner and throws in the overhead put-back dunk, where he comes in, grabs the ball over his head, and throws it down like it's on the opposite side of him as he's crashing the hoop. And the amount of the physical velocity to do that, I remember I texted you, and I was like, what the fuck? And then it was one of the highlights we did because we were both like, yo, this guy, because that's just, you don't see that shit. Like, the across the body, it doesn't matter what the sport is. Throwing a football across the body, dunking a basketball across the body, it doesn't matter what it is. Doing shit across the body is physically 10 times more difficult. And he throws this thing down like it's nothing. And I just remember texting you like, hold on a minute. Like, I was like that. Because he hadn't shown much. He hadn't gotten time. It's not on him at all that he hadn't shown it. He hadn't gotten time. And like, one of the first times he got a minute, he throws down one of the most vicious dunks I've seen in a very long time in a live game scenario. And I was like, hold on a minute. And since then, he's done it a few more times. He's hit some threes. He's like, again, like, the funny thing is I kept kind of expecting this stuff from Ryan Dunn. It's come from Oso Ighodaro. It's coming from Rasheer Fleming. Like, it never quite comes where you expect it. But, like, again, the Suns front office is proving they know what they're doing better than do you remember how hard people were making fun of them
Yeah.
coming into the season, dude? That Brian Gregory's first press conference where he was like, cohesion. It was,
They were getting dunked on.
dude, they railed on everyone did.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, is this just Michigan?
yeah, the Michigan State Mafia, that whole thing. But I mean, hey, it's working. I mean, again, you should go 3-1 this week. But the other thing that made me happy is we won this game today, not by 2, not by 5. We're missing half our roster, and we beat the shit out of these guys.
Yeah,
who are like, dude, they were like 14 games under 500 at one point. They're 32-33 now. Like, the Hornets are balling right now. They've been over the last 25 games. The Hornets are one of the best teams in the league.
Yep.
So to put their asses down when Grayson Allen was out at the last minute, we don't have Dylan Brooks, we don't have our guys.
Still. Yeah,
I like that win.
it's a great win, and that's just why I just want us to be healthy, man. There's just the potential is there. It's just waiting for us to like pluck it off the tree. Like we just couldn't get healthy. Like the sky is the limit. I feel like at that point. Do you think Brooks will get healthy before the playoffs?
Yeah, I think he'll be back. I mean, I think that he's such a tough guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
so you think he'll play through an injury, or do you?
Yes.
Think okay.
I mean, if he can, I believe if Dylan Brooks can play, he will play. A broken hand is very difficult, especially depending. I don't know exactly what bone he broke in his hand, but Dylan Brooks is, an absolute warrior. And the thing is that, he went through the whole thing with the Grizzlies where they basically blamed him for their losses when very clearly it was Ja Morant. It was Ja Morant's fault.
Yeah.
Now we know that more than ever. They blamed Dylan Brooks for all that shit. And then Dylan Brooks went on his FIBA run with Canada. Everyone remembers when, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander helped the Canada beat USA in the World Cup. But everyone forgets the huge part of that was Dylan Brooks. Like, Dylan Brooks, his run for FIBA Canada was the best run of basketball in his career. He averaged like 25 a game. He was dominating throughout the whole World Cup. And everyone remembers SGA, but like even SGA has said multiple times, like we wouldn't have gotten there without Dylan Brooks. Like Dylan Brooks, he redeemed himself. And again, they beat the US multiple times. And so he leaves the Grizzlies. He turns it up for Team Canada. Team Canada has their best finish ever. He goes to the Rockets. The Rockets rebuild their culture around him. And he gets no credit for any of that shit. And now he comes here and we've rebuilt. It's like he's done all these things, helped all these people go to the next level, and no one's giving him credit. And he finally comes here. He's finally getting the credit, and he breaks his fucking hand. Yeah. So I believe that dude will run through a fucking wall to play. And if he can, he'll do it. And I just listen, again, no matter what, I will love this guy forever because he has shown, we have seen, Dylan Brooks has proven that, give a fuck is 90% of basketball. Yeah. And I mean, of course, size and speed and talent and all these things, but he just cares more. And he cares so much more. And again, the one thing that DUI video of him fucking people, I can't remember who it was on Twitter. It was like, he's such an elite shit talker. He's talking shit to the cop because he's in the backseat of the video. He's like, you're swerving. He's like, you pulled me over for this shit. And you're doing exactly the same shit right now, dog. Dylan, he has no, I want to show my son videos of Dylan Brooks and be like, you be like this guy. Because he just has he doesn't give a fuck. He is one of the hardest working dudes I've ever seen, and we got to sit here and give Canada props. You've got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, you've got Jamal Murray. Now, Jamal Murray's dad is a psychopath. All the stories about putting cups of coffee on Jamal Murray's thighs and making him stay, and he would do squats and he would put hot cups of coffee on Jamal Murray's thighs while he was in a squat position so that if he moved, the coffee would pour on his thighs.
God,
and Zach Lowe is like, well, his dad was a heart. I'm like, no, that's child abuse, man. That's child abuse. Let's call that what it is.
It's like Michael Jackson's dad.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But nonetheless, what we're seeing is that, the psychopaths in Canada are raising some good goddamn basketball players from Shea Gilgeous-Alexander to Jamal Murray to Dylan Brooks, at least from the guard to forward position. There are no good bigs coming out of Canada. The best big coming out of Canada is still Jamal McGlure, and anyone who laughs at that joke is my kind of person because they don't get it. But because no one else, I know it's fine. That joke's fucking hilarious to me, and that's good. But the point is, the funny thing is, the dudes playing big for Team Canada are guys who only play in the Canadian Basketball Association, which is very bad. They're not even in international basketball. So some of these dudes, they're at power forward 6'4", and you're like, oh, I don't know about that. It's there are not that many 6'10" people in the world, and it happens to a lot of countries. That's also why that World Cup win was even more impressive. SGA, I feel like people forget SGA is Canadian, because the Thunder in the middle of Oklahoma City, and it's the middle and no one thinks about them ever, and it's oh. Not only is he from Canada, but he's also from the Canada of the United States. So, but what are you going to do? Any last thoughts on this week's games? The Kings game was an easy win.
Yeah.
The Bulls game was a bullshit loss. The Jalen Green should not have gone into 4 guys at the end. The Pelicans game should not have been a 2-point game. We should have won that game by 20. Yeah. And we were ahead. And, the fact that we let them back in, it was nonsense. The Charlotte win was good today. We're in a weird stretch right now. The one good thing about this situation, before we go on to highlights, is we're playing all the bad teams, because the Lakers are currently playing all of their marquee games because the football schedule's over. So they put all the Lakers games on Sunday and Saturday because football's over. So now the Lakers get all the marquee games. So they should lose more games because they're playing great teams. We should get a break, but every time they do lose, we lose. So
I feel like it's going to come down to that last game against the Lakers, and the second to last game we have.
Yep.
I feel like everything is leading towards that game.
I believe that.
And whoever wins that's going to get the 6th seed.
I agree with that.
We'll see.
I agree. I really want to throw hot dogs at Luka Doncic. I hate him so much. And
it's very specific.
Yeah, I feel like that would be something that would make him feel fat. I want to throw hot dogs, beers, and peanuts and cotton candy at him. Just kind of stadium foods that make him feel like a fat person. Because as a fat person, I feel like it's okay for me to hate on Luka Doncic for being a fat person. And it's extremely specific, and it's very purposeful, because again, you don't get to be 6'10" and white and have this good of a jump shot and then also be the Pillsbury Doughboy and escape my wrath. Because here's the thing, Luka Doncic he has all the talent and ability to prove that white people can jump, and instead you're proving that white people can't jump. And no, I joke about that. Legitimately, the reason I hate Luka Doncic at this point is he doesn't play defense. He doesn't give a shit. And yet the media holds him up as a top 5 player because he's white. That should actually infuriate me.
I hate him.
I
hate him because they beat us in the Western Conference Finals.
That's a very good reason.
It wasn't what the question.
No, they went to the Western Conference.
It was the
Finals.
second.
It was the second round.
Yeah.
That was that is still a very dark time. But I also again, the whole team had COVID. I know we're not going to sit here but literally the entire Suns roster had COVID. We had no chance of winning that game. The NBA should have postponed the game and given us fucking 4 days, because that whole season, guys were not allowed to play with COVID. That was one of the COVID seasons. That whole year, no one was allowed to play with COVID. And instead of dealing with the fact that the entire Suns had roster Suns roster had COVID for Game 7. They just made us play. Like, Booker took 9 shots in that game. Like, we legit, like, you can watch the footage. The guys are, like, walking around the court, like, about to vomit. Like, they can barely move. And everyone's like, it's an incredible win. But it wasn't an incredible win for Dallas. Everyone was fucking dying. And the league just let us lose. And here's the thing. If you want to bench the entire roster and say you have to play, these guys are not healthy, don't play, that's fine. It would have been infuriating, but it would have been significantly more understanding than making them all play with COVID when you spent the entire fucking season not letting guys play with COVID. So we were just laid out to be fucking humiliated for no reason because they changed the COVID protocol rules that round without telling anybody. Like, that to me, like, still to this day, I don't fucking understand why we were just, like, all they had to do was just say nobody's healthy enough to play. And just not let them play. And we still would have lost Game 7. But you wouldn't have lost Game 7 with all of our players standing out there, like, incapable of moving. I do not, to this day, understand. I don't get it. I'll never understand. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference. They lost the next round anyway. It doesn't matter. But all of these things add up to, like, why people think the NBA is full of shit a lot of the time. Like, it was fucked up. There was no explanation for it. The whole season, every single team that had a player with COVID, that player was not allowed to play for 4 days. And they had to pass 3 positive COVID tests. And then in that round, all of those protocols were abandoned. The entire Suns roster had COVID. They made them play anyway. I'm never going to understand it. But that's Adam Silver's NBA. Is we just randomly do shit. We can give LeBron a title at playing in a bunch of gyms with no fans? Absolutely. Let's make sure that we do that. We can find a way to, like, just every single fucking thing.
Well, we won out in the end. The Mavs no longer have Doncic.
But they got Cooper Flag.
Well, yeah.
Isn't it incredible that the Mavericks got the number 1 overall? You know what? I'm not. This is the point. Is that when I sit here and go, I just get even. It's like spiraling up. Like, that's the thing. It's not even spiraling down. It's like I'm working my way up into a tornado. It's like Aladdin 2 when Jafar becomes like an absolute. Actually, anyway. Someone's on the other side of this screen right now. That's not Aladdin 2. That's Aladdin 1. Anyway, highlights. I should probably do that.
We need a highlight song. Highlights.
I can hear. Oh, God. All right. Add to stage. Let's begin. Oh, no. Wait, hold on. We have to remove from stage. See, you asked me if I had it, and I was like, yeah, I got it. And then I brought it up in the wrong window. See, that's what happens.
The facade is crumbling.
That's what happens when you have too much confidence in yourself and you don't have an appropriate level of humility that you might fail. Because I've never failed. Not one time, and I'm not going to do it today.
We're too big to fail.
Wouldn't that be amazing? If this podcast was too big to fail, that would be like one of the greatest things that had ever happened to me in history. All right.
I'd rather win the championship.
Fair enough. I too would rather win the championship. Let's begin. That's the wrong window that no longer exists. Yet again. This is like one of the worst.
What game are we gonna start with?
I need like a technical difficulties.
We need the SpongeBob.
Yeah. Do. My bad. All right, folks. Boom! What do you know? Maybe one day indeed. All right. So we're gonna have to rewind them because I already started. So Let's get a look at what our boys are doing. We love to see Grayson Allen running the pick and roll. Boom. I mean, listen, if you're going to learn to shoot a jumper, just watch my boy shoot a jumper. I mean, this is just pure. There's not a lot of dudes who look better shooting a basketball book.
How'd he get so open?
How did you get so open? Because I'm a beast, that's why. And again, this is one of those things where what I love about the Suns is that every single action includes another action. Again, we talked about it a billion times. But Grayson comes here off the screen. And again, in most actions, especially typical pick and roll action, everything that occurs is going to be based off this pick and roll. So everyone who's cutting, screening, whatever they're doing is going to be in terms of or in relation to where this pick and roll ends up. But that's not what happens here. Because again, you watch the play break down and we see it, he comes off, and then what happens here is basically a second pick right here, right? Which frees Booker for the shot up here. So the initial pick and roll is the first play. The second part of this play is as the roll man cuts to the hoop, Booker comes off a screen from him, and that leaves the shit wide open. And again, like, it's not as if the Suns are reinventing the wheel when they do this. It's not as if they invented this play or anything. But imagine playing against a team where every single play, whether it's, the first play of the game, an ATO, or some random ass play in the middle of the third quarter, there's a secondary and tertiary action off all of it. That shit gets exhausting to defend. And that's where the Suns are winning on offense this season. It's not that they have so much more talent than everyone else. It's not that they're shooting the ball so much better than everyone else. It's that in every single fucking scenario, there's another thing happening. The Suns don't have a single play that they run where there is one action. There is always a second action. And if you look hard enough, you can usually find the third one. And in this case, it's very goddamn simple that in this scenario, we run this pick and roll. Typically what happens, obviously, is Grayson either pulls up or attacks. I'll hit the roll man, and then I've got my guys, moving to the corners or whatever. But what's happened here is that they scrambled every single thing. I mean, look at the Pelicans don't even know what to do here. They're all completely fucked up. Booker's wide goddamn open, and you still have two guys in the corner ready to shoot threes because all the Suns did was take Booker, and instead of having him flare out to the corner, they have him run right back up the screen and come right back up to this. It's one little more thing. And you're playing a team like the Pelicans who suck and who don't know how to defend anything, and it makes it that much more difficult.
It's a good screen from man.
We lost our audio there for a minute. Thank you for the heads up. So we'll try it again. So normally what happens in this scenario off this pick and roll, Grayson Allen right here, he would fly down here, right? Whether he passes out, whether he attacks the rim, whether he hits the roll man, he's going to go that way. Fleming's going to stay here. He's going to cut down to the corner. Booker's going to go to the elbow. In almost any scenario, he's going to go there. And again, instead, he just flies up and uses Malolach's pick. And again, it creates the wide the fuck open shot. And again, just the Suns just do one more thing. And that's all that matters. And it makes a goddamn huge bit of difference. It just really does. That's a beautiful shot. And there again, I mean, this is not even necessarily stuff that's drawn up. This is just heads up play because here again, we get, and this is the thing I love most about, again, we've talked about this a million times with Iguodala, is when you get right here, a lot of dudes are just going to stand here.
Mm-hmm.
And just, he's drawn two guys away, right?
I did my job.
I've drawn two guys. Now you got to figure out what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, not Iguodala. I'm going to slip right to the hoop. And it creates the give and go scenario. And he always takes one more step. If this dude was playing for like, I don't know, the Lakers or the Knicks, like the whole world would be raving about how he's the greatest role player they've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
But because he plays for the Suns, he has to toil in anonymity. And it sucks for him, but it's great for us. Because, I mean, it's just, again, he just finds a little bit of space. I mean, it's unreal. Look at the Pelicans. All fucking five of them. All fucking five of them watching him. And, they're not even particularly close. It's not like all five of them are watching him and they've closed in and they're going to shut him down. No. All fucking five of them are out of the positions, rotating, watching him, trying to stop him. It's, when we break down Pelicans and Wizards highlights, I'm sort of sad for their fans. It's so bad. It's just so bad. I can't even imagine. I truly can't. This is just, I mean, the funny thing about this right here, the funny thing about this play, this is just kind of a broken,
it breaks down.
Right. Right here, things aren't working. Everyone keeps moving. But, the interesting about this is nobody's really in prime position. This is actually fairly well defended by the Pelicans because Gillespie's here, but we got a defender there. Goodwin's here. We got a defender right there. Malowacz is cutting, but again, we got a defender there. We've also got this guy able to catch lobs. Everyone is pretty well positioned. This is actually one of the better Pelicans defensive plays we watch. So let's break it down. Here we go again. Now we're going to pass out a bit. So O'Neal's got the ball. I said Goodwin before I met O'Neal. O'Neal's got the ball on the wing. And so here again, what's happening? The Pelicans have actually rotated really well. Imperfect because Gillespie's down here. And maybe if O'Neal sees Gillespie a little quicker, he's able to get him the ball and, do a quick layup. But thing is, Pelicans defender's right here with his arms up. It's actually a tough pass for Royce O'Neal because, again, the Pelicans have defended it pretty well. Book's in the middle. It's kind of like, not really sure what to do with the ball. The Pelicans have been rotating pretty well here. This is actually really funny. Right here, O'Neal's like, I'm throwing the ball to Gillespie in the corner. And Malowacz is like, no, you're throwing it to me because I got the longest arms in the world. And the funny thing is, you would expect Malowacz to just like go up and dunk this ball, And then he's like, nah, man, let me get to the corner. That's exactly where O'Neal was trying to go with the ball,
I didn't catch that.
And Gillespie hits the three. Like, it's just so funny that O'Neal's literally trying to get the ball to Gillespie. That's the previous one, right? Yeah. He's literally trying to get the ball to Gillespie. Malowacz grabs it and then throws it to Gillespie anyway. Like, that kills me. Like, it's like the cutoff man in baseball. Like, Malowacz is like, you're not going to make it home. I'm going to get in between, And then the nice thing about that is that's a great play by Malowacz because for a kid, like, pretty often he's just going to go back up at that shot. So for him to have the wherewithal to turn and throw that ball in the corner, that's a great play by the kid.
Yes.
But it's very funny to see Royce O'Neal see Gillespie sprinting for the corner, throw it, the ball's intercepted, and then it ends up where it's supposed to go anyway. That's funny. Just a good time. Oh, man. And that's just Gillespie hustling.
Yeah.
I mean, again, right here, you can't, sometimes the ball bounces to you, sometimes it doesn't. But what I love about Gillespie is you'll see this pretty often when he gets a rebound. It's the next play here. But again, right there, Colin. Oh no, Colin. Right here, Gillespie already knows where he's going with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You can see him loading up to throw that ball to Royce O'Neal as he's in midair.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing I love about Colin Gillespie is that he crashed on this rebound knowing that he was going to look where he was going to throw that ball. And I think he probably knew most of the time he was going to throw it to O'Neal. That's the thing about this game is just if you run and sprint and just grab this ball, you have no clue where you're going with it. Who the hell knows what will happen? So many of the players on the Suns are thinking with, and then I'm going to pass to.
Mm-hmm.
And, we talk all the time about, what it means to have talent, what it means to have great players. But a lot of people have discussed times like, what happens when you have no bad players? And that's what the Suns are really going through right now. Is there's no one bad on this team. There's some dudes who are unseasoned. There are some dudes who need growth. But nobody on this team is a black hole. And that you can see that in these situations where even the fucking point guard is rebounding, And it means a lot. Everybody puts in the effort. So,
yeah.
And goddamn, it's a fun team to watch. And again, here you gotta love Booker shooting. But again, I love this right here where, again, this looks like Grayson Allen's going to sprint over here to the elbow. Malawach is going to come up here and set the screen. Booker's going to come around, and then he's either going to be open or he's going to pass the ball to Grayson Allen. That's how this play looks from a design perspective. And instead, Grayson Allen comes up and sets the screen, and then right behind him, Malawach is setting the screen. Right there, double screen. And you just give Booker so much space. Because they're anticipating Grayson Allen to cut one way and Malawach to go block the other guy. And it forces the second defender thinks he's going to be able to follow Booker. And instead he's ended up behind Malawach. And now right here, and I know they look close, but this is a mile.
Mm-hmm.
Booker's already loading up a shot while the defender's closing in on him. You're roasted.
Yeah.
You got no shot. And that's the thing is that you watch this, and again, it all happens so quickly because you see this right here. And if you were to look at it right here, it looks kind of like Grayson's going for the screen, but if it's essentially what effectively is expected here, what this guy is expecting is that Grayson goes here, Malawach comes here, and then he's able to go down here to wall off Booker. He is not expecting Malawach to come here and say brick wall, bitch.
Yeah.
And that just leaves the wide open shot. And that again, the Suns aren't inventing any of this. I know I keep saying that, but it's just you don't see this in February, in March. You see this in game 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like what we're doing right now to win basketball games is we're putting in more effort. We must be practicing. NBA teams don't practice. We must do it.
Yeah.
We're literally actually developing a playbook and running plays. Like, again, I know it sounds silly, but you've been around with me a long time. You know what it's like. The Suns don't run plays.
Right. No.
It's been so embarrassing for so long. Imagine doing what we're doing right now. Imagine doing this when Jeff Hornacek was coach.
Yeah.
What would I'd be like, all right, and he's standing around, and he's standing around, and he's standing around. And then he shoots a contested jumper. Okay. And that's what I would say for every fucking play. And we literally now it's like, oh, this is a two-way pick. Oh, this is a horn set. Oh, this is a pick and roll, but we're actually going to run a back cut. Like, it's fucking fun because it's not the same 2 plays every single goddamn time. And it just, you have different guys doing different things. You get Grayson Allen come set the screen here so that Malawach can absolutely fucking flatten the guard. Like, that's just hilarious.
That must have been the play he got injured on.
Yeah. It's fun to watch.
I'm joking.
That would be fucked up, though. And Booker's shot is just, oh, God, it's just money. He's just beautiful stroke. block. Dude, those arms, like you know it's coming.
Yeah.
You can just see it like right here, like you're done for. This man has like his arms are as long as the Eiffel Tower. You're not going to get this shot by him. And so this is so funny because you can literally right here, you're 7 feet from the hoop. And it's like, boy, I can tell you what's about to happen here. Because again, I've never seen these plays, and I knew exactly what was fucking coming because it's just he's too long, and you have no shot. You have no chance. You're never gonna get that ball over him. That's what excites me about this dude.
Mm-hmm.
Is I mean nobody's Wemby, but my God, nobody's shooting over this guy. Like he's so long. Wemby might shoot over him, but it's just the length. And that's what you want to see from Jalen Green. That's the beautiful passes. Again, we want to see it. We hope to see it. What I like about this pass from Jalen Green here, above all else, is right here. Mm-hmm. This is 2 tall dudes with long ass arms, and we got a third defender coming over. It's really easy for him to dump this ball to Gillespie.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the thing is, Gillespie has a shot, or he's got Royce O'Neal cutting towards you. So it's not a horrible play.
Mm-hmm.
But the play is getting the cutter who's wide the fuck open. Because even with, this is not a rim protector. This dude's here to guard Royce. So you want to hit the cut because that's going to be a dunk. And the pass here is really nice. This is what we want to see from Jalen Green. A little behind his man.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, that's what we want to see. That's what I see here a bitch about Jalen Green. That's what I want to see. I just want to see those little plays that you can say, hey, fuck this. I don't need to challenge everyone. I'm going to find the easy play. And it seems basic, but, that's not what Jalen Green's been known for. Let's take a look at the Kings game. Oh, my favorite player in the world. So right here. Okay. This is nothing. Okay. I understand how other people you're going to look at this and be like, who fucking cares? I care about this so much. Watch this. Okay. Because again, right here, Gillespie gives the ball to Iguodala and then sprints around. Okay. So Gillespie started right here and then sprints around. Normally that would be a DHO, right? It's a DHO on a pick and roll. Gillespie gives the ball to Iguodala. Iguodala basically gets in the way and allows Gillespie to go around him and gives the ball back to Gillespie. Now Gillespie's got some motion. He goes to the hoop, right? That's the typical play. No. We're not going to do that. We're going to bring Grayson Allen up around, and we're going to run a DHO with Grayson Allen on a play that was already a DHO for Colin Gillespie. It just fucks with your head if you're the other team. Because, again, that's supposed to be a DHO for Gillespie. Then they just run a DHO for Grayson Allen instead, who then cuts into a pick and roll where now Iguodala's cutting towards the basket. So now let's go back to Gillespie, who shoots the ball. What the fuck? What the fuck do you do with that if you're the Kings? What are you supposed to do? It's literally a basic pick and roll that goes into a DHO, which goes into a pick and roll, which goes back to the player who was supposed to have the ball in the DHO in the first fucking place. What are you supposed to do? If you're the Kings, you're done because you don't know how to defend anyone. The Kings don't know how to defend the Constitution or their sister. The Kings don't know anything. They know nothing of defense. The Kings are to defense what France was to defense in 1944. There's none. There's not any of it. And so they have no clue. And so I just imagine they're just throwing up their fucking hands. What am I supposed to do here? Because again, Gillespie's not even open on this shot. They still recovered pretty nicely. And yet it doesn't matter because you're so goddamn frazzled that they just ran 4 actions to get the shot that they had in the first place. This is exactly where Gillespie could have shot the ball. And he probably would have been more open. And they just ran a goddamn triangle to get the ball right back to him. And just think about that for a minute if you're the Kings. You're playing against this team. They're passing up open shots to pass the ball 3 more times right back to that shot. That shit gets exhausting. And that's what we're doing to people. And that's what I cannot stress enough is I just think people literally listen. We joke about the basketball. People literally, honest to God, believe that this game is dribble, shoot. They don't believe there's strategy. They don't believe that there's anything next level to it. People literally believe these things. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. You're watching a fucking team that will run a 4-pronged action to get a shot they already had just to make you more tired. That's what we're doing. And I don't think that people understand. Like, we're doing that shit on purpose. We want your legs to be worn the fuck out at the end of the game. And I just think that there's so much, like, that our guys are willing to do that.
Yeah.
That we're willing to run 4 more times. This is a special team. Whether or not we end up winning anything, this is a special group of people who give a shit about basketball. And I watch these things and I am blown away. You have watched basketball with me. You have watched a trillion basketball games with me. I have never seen a team do this with this consistency in these level of unimportant games. Mm-hmm. In games that don't fucking matter, we will run shit that, again, I'm just like they're coming up with new shit for the playbook in the middle of the season. You don't do that in the NBA. And that's the level because we're so injured. And this is where the Jordan Knott thing, I'm like, how do people not see what a good coach this dude is? This is ridiculous. He's running plays that the team didn't run at the beginning of the season, in the middle of the season against nobodies. Mm-hmm. This isn't like we've had 4 games in the playoffs. No. Jordan Knott is running complex 4-level ATOs against the Kings. That's fucking hilarious. Like, objectively, that's hysterical that you're using plays like this against teams that do not matter. It's like when the Patriots checked out of the fucking the double pass against the Chiefs, and then Brandon LaFell scored anyway. Like, you just don't. This shit is just crazy. It just is what it is, man. It drives me nuts. And that one in particular is hysterical. That is just funny as fuck to me. Gillespie. Boom. I mean, look, if you're going to talk about Jalen Green, we have to talk about the fact that this guy can fly. I mean, listen, we know inconsistency, blah, blah, blah. I've sat here, I've said it all. But let's just watch real quick. Where does this man take off? This man's outside the key. This guy is outside the key. Now he is up. We're still going up. I mean, that is flight. That is a goddamn 10-foot jump. Like, this guy, I mean, listen. I get it. When you see that, I get it. Because I just want it so bad to involve. Because here's the thing. If he only did that shit and he played Gerald Green basketball, we're in another world. Gerald Green never bothered to try to dribble. Gerald Green never tried to break anyone down. Gerald Green did 2 things. Gerald Green shot 3s, and Gerald Green fucking rocked the rim. We need to, you know what? One of these days, we just need to do like an episode where we just break down Gerald Green. Yeah. Like that is worthy of an episode all of itself.
I agree.
Because again, I've said it a billion times, I'll say it again. Gerald Green dunked the basketball like the rim had done something to personally harm his mother, and he was going to get the rim back for it at all costs. The way that guy attacked the rim, never in my life I've never seen anyone who I was sure personally hated a basketball rim in the way that Gerald Green did. I missed watching that guy. I miss watching him play. That's just like still the most fun year of basketball in my life is that 2013 season. Oh my God, Jalen Green on defense, you love to see it. Oh God, when they do the Harlem Globetrotter, like throw 2 passes to the fucking alley-oop in traffic, and you just start to be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's like And then you're like, oh, it's against the Kings.
Yeah.
but it's still like, you're like, oh. Because we just haven't had any of this. Like, for anyone who doesn't know, like, it's just, it has been a decade of depression outside of the 2021 season. Outside of the finals, it has been so sad. And so this shit is fun.
Yeah.
Like, this is fun. Like, I am legitimately loving basketball again, and we just didn't have that for so long. And it's here again, most underrated passer in the NBA. D-Book right here. This shit is muddled. You got 3 defenders right here. It's going to be very difficult to slip the ball through. And yet he finds a way because, again, he's literally the most underrated passer in the entire league. The way that Devin Booker finds creases, it's just completely uncelebrated. It's very frustrating. And I mean,
Wow,
dude,
yeah.
it's literally off the dribble.
Yeah.
This is the thing, is that there's no load up for the pass.
Yeah.
There's no like, oh, I'm going to actually throw the ball. You can literally watch it. It's literally part of the dribble motion. The ball just goes right to Iguodala. Like, what do you, again, if you're the Kings, what do you even do? Yeah. It literally was just part of his dribble motion. He never even lifts his hand to protect for the pass. He's literally just coming around, boom, like.
And Iguodala was ready for it.
Listen, Iguodala he is so mindful of Draymond Green. He knows every single thing that's going on him. He's 2 steps ahead. And I mean, listen, clearly they have practiced that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Booker have worked that move, but it just like how many we watch basketball all the time. You're not seeing this shit with other teams. The level of cohesion that we have is not seen in most groups. There are plenty of teams that have higher talent than us right now. It's true. We're not competing with the Thunder and the Spurs and the Nuggets in terms of talent. Factual. And we're not going to argue that. But the level of cohesion that we have and the level of try hard that we have is at the top of the league. The only team I think that plays as hard as we do is the Thunder. Mm-hmm. So, there's a lot to be said for that shit, even if it's not perfection. And I mean, right there, see here again, this is the thing about Jalen Green. Like right here, like this dude's about to be screened off, fine. But right here, my guy is knees bent. He's in position. Ready to wall off. Like the Kings are legitimately ready to defend this possession. And Jalen Green is so sharp and so fast, you just can't keep him away from the rim. Right here. Here again, we've shifted. Now I got around one guy. But see here again, there's 3 players. So he's got to split a double team, then get behind one more guy to get to the rim. That's what he's got to be able to do to actually score on this play, because we got guys in the corners, we got the guys behind him, and that literally leads to 3 dudes walling off the lane. So you can legitimately see right here that, I mean, the smartest thing, honestly, for him to do is probably whip this ball to O'Neal in the corner or give it off to Booker right here. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing about Jalen Green is you want him to get rid of the tunnel vision a little bit. But we're not going to criticize him because it ends up being a great play. So, again, you got to split the defenders.
Goes on top of him.
He Days Thunder, baby.
Yeah.
He just literally goes the other way.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing is they're literally prepared for him they are set to funnel him right to the center. And he just crosses right back over. And here's the other thing about this play. Much like Booker, there's no load. He goes right out of the crossover into the shot. He is at the fucking free throw line. Yeah. And he's loading up and he's going to take the shot right now. And so that's the thing is he literally just took one crossover dribble. They're all completely out of position now. And he lifts up, easy fucking layup because he's so much faster than everybody. All it took is one crossover dribble. Everyone's on skates. And again, this is the stuff. These are the things that most guys can't do that. No. Most dudes do not have the killer crossover. He has the Allen Iverson killer crossover. Most guys don't have that. So it's like those are the things that are so tantalizing about him that just can be. It's just like, dude, I need you to see that, all the time. And we love Rasheer Fleming. I think we're going to get a lot more Rasheer Fleming highlights here. But the beauty of this is, again, give and go with Iguodaro. And the funny thing is, it's almost smart for Fleming just stay in the corner here.
Mm-hmm.
Wide open three. Like, wide open. But, fuck that. Rasheer Fleming says, no, I want the highlight. I'm cutting. Because, in truth, Fleming is reading and reacting. If my guy stays right here and stays home, Fleming stays in the corner. But dude cuts to cover the rim or to basically wall off the paint, which allows Fleming to go hard at the rim into the dunker spot for the alley-oop. Cut, go. So you can see that Fleming's response is based on what I don't know the dude. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure his name is. But if you watch right there, see, once the rotation happens, Fleming's still in the corner. Now Fleming cuts. So it's once the Kings player moves out of position to scramble out to block the three, now Fleming is cutting hard for the dunker spot because he knows the alley-oop is coming because the Kings are completely out of position for it. And again, it's just that's the shit that comes with guys trying that much harder. Because again, Fleming can just stand in the corner. And 90% of dudes do just stand in the corner. But Rasheer Fleming says, fuck that, I want the dunk.
Yeah, I love that.
I love three-pointers, but I love dunks even more.
I love short things, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about Fleming is, like, he doesn't just dunk. It's a Gerald Green thing. Like, he highlight dunks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when Fleming throws it down, you're going to remember that play. Like, Iguodaro throws down some nice two-handed, like Mamatacha, really technical dunks. Rasheer Fleming is trying to, like, T-Mac dunking on motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And I think that comes from being a rookie. But he does it so often that I'm like, yeah, keep doing that.
We definitely have a dunk culture right now in our roster.
It's like my favorite thing in years. It has been so long. I think they're like challenging each other.
I think so.
I think they're like in the locker room, like, who got the sickest dunk today? Because when is the last time that we had 10 dunks a game on like average? Like, we're throwing them down. Like
we're dunking like we should have been when we had Ayton. Now we're finally doing it.
Like we should be Lob City.
Yeah.
Like, people should be calling us Lob City right now because we are throwing them down and there's no discussion of any of this. Very frustrating. All right, let's get to the frustrating one. Of course, we should have left this for last. Good job, me. All right. So we got Dunn giving it to Allen, getting it back, and then again, Bud. And that's the beautiful thing about Rasheer Fleming is, it's honest to God a heads-up play. Again, this is kind of a little breakdown play. There's nothing really happening here. Grayson Allen runs a pick and roll with Malawach.
Yeah, they don't bite on the pick.
They didn't bite it off at all. And here's the other thing. They've covered nicely on Malawach, so he really doesn't have anywhere to – and by the time he comes open here, the Bulls have already recovered nicely. Honestly, pretty good defense by the Bulls. And this is where, again, just the heads-up play because – Malawach is like, you got to give me the ball. He's standing right here in the middle. He's like, why didn't he's jumping up and down like I'm open? Stay there.
We'll get it to you.
We'll get it to you, big fella. And, Fleming comes and finds him right over Richards. Sorry, buddy. We love you still. But, hey, good for Richards. I think he's starting for the Bulls.
He's getting some good minutes.
But, this is just a heads-up play by Fleming. Because, again, this is all created by Fleming's ability to get to the rim. Because if you look at this play, honestly, this isn't horrible defense. Fleming is just faster.
Mm-hmm.
And, Richards is here, and he just does the mistaken thing of covering Fleming going to the rim. He leaves Malawach wide open. And, easy stuff. Can't leave the big man free. Jalen Green. Oh, God. Nobody shoots it better than Grayson Allen. Like, this is, like, I would wager if we went and looked at all the times that Grayson Allen was this open, that he's missed like 3 shots. Like, that's, you don't get too much more open than that in the NBA. That's about as open gets. And I'm willing to wager that every single time he has 5 feet from a defender, it's it's down. Best shooter in the league, baby. It's so funny. Again, anyone who knows, it's like I think I told the story before, but the first game we went to was the Jazz game, right? The first Grayson Allen game we went to was the KD Grayson Allen game.
Okay.
And it was the Jazz game, right? And someone like punched Grayson Allen. And I was like, it's okay, it's Grayson Allen. Like, because I still had such a negative opinion of him because of what happened. And now I love him so much. It's just very fun. I remember I yelled that at the game. But no one corrected me.
Yeah.
No one was
people
like,
laughed, yeah.
no one was like, you're wrong about that. Like
now
like,
they would correct.
Yeah, now they would. But at the time, they were like, yeah, that was factual. That was also the game where we were sitting next to two elderly Jazz fans. And I would not stop railing on how horrible the Jazz uniforms are. And these two people were like looking very uncomfortable that I was like, their uniforms are garbage. It is what it is. But, they were looking very upset about it. It was pretty funny. Just Devin Booker, grown man business. He's so much stronger.
And one.
Did anyone give some credit for pulling the N1? God, I love Book. What a beautiful pass. And again, that's the same. The funny thing is, that's the same strength that Rasheer Fleming used to throw down that other dunk. And right here again, you look at this, there's literally 3 Bulls defenders right there. And he's able to use his left arm to keep the defender off of him enough to give himself room to get the right hook off. Because he's got his left arm right here. That creates all of this space, which is just enough to get the right hook off, because otherwise that shot's blocked. If he goes right up at him, left arm down. And that's the thing about that you see every single person that we have, there's technique in the way that they play. There's a lot, again, so many people think that basketball is just, you made the shot or you didn't make the shot or whatever. There's so much technique in the way that every single Suns player plays right now. It's just a different level of professionalism. And, again, it leads to these small little things that matter. You make a couple extra buckets per game, and we still lost this game, but fuck them anyway. This one, I remember watching this one.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I think I texted, I don't know if I texted you or I may have messaged you after. I don't know. He's just so fast. Here again, look at this right here. Like, these two dudes should well be able to prevent this guy from getting all the way around here to the rim. Like, that seems pretty reasonable. You should probably just go here. Or like this seems pretty reasonable. He's so fucking fast that he bends all the way around them. And that's the thing. Once he's got a step on you, there's nothing you can do. Once he's got that step, he's got long arms. He's going to rise up. Like, it's just, there's nothing that can be done. He needs to watch. I almost think it's like someone needs to watch, show him Jamal Crawford and be like, don't do this.
Yeah.
Don't do any of this, but also do this, but don't do any of this. Score this way, but don't ever play this way. Just pass the ball.
Yeah.
Show him a highlight reel of all of Jamal Crawford's amazing plays where he missed the shot. He needs that kind of thing. Close end game. We'll just kind of watch the end here.
It's all muted. Oh,
no, yeah, I didn't mean to. No, I was just accident. It's a very close end. The way that you go tie it up.
Coffee, huge shot.
The Coffee 3, the Booker 3, and now you have the opportunity that didn't come when Jalen Green misses a shot at the end of the game. But
yeah, I didn't have that one in there. We could probably pull it up if you want to take a look at it.
Well, we'll get our thing banned again if I do.
That's true.
We keep getting episodes banned when I go to pull up other people's highlights, but it's not worth. Jalen Green drives into 4 people and misses. It's not worth it. I just and again, of course, highlights are cherry picking. I understand all of those things, but there's no way that you don't watch that and see it.
They have to do the plays for us to find them.
Yeah. No, I just mean with Jalen, there's no way you do. There's a reason we're talking about him so much. You watch that shit, you see it, it's there. and you just need to find a way to take it to the next level. Who do we got this week? You know,
Yeah, we got the Bucks on Tuesday and the Pacers on Thursday.
short week.
Yeah,
We're
on the road.
We're in an easier stretch of schedule right now where we're playing fewer games. We need to take advantage of this. Hopefully, the Lakers get a couple losses this week. We get a couple of wins because the 6th seed would be everything, and that's what I'm thinking about all the time is the 6th seed. So we'll break down a bunch of plays from those 2 games this week. We're coming for the 6th seed. Blood Doctor Show on Wednesday. We'll see if the King Doc podcast airs on Saturday or if that will also be a Blood Doctor Show. Who knows? Never can tell. Any other thoughts, Keith?
No, coming for that 6th spot. I agree with you.
Coming for the 6th spot, baby. And that is Sunday Night Suns. Peace.